just want to take a moment to invite you to the International Symposium of Quantum Consciousness and Healing, which will be held in Las Vegas, Nevada, April 19th to 21st. This is produced by 5D Events. 5D Events is great because it's more of like a tighter knit group. Like if you've been to Contact in the Desert or the Conscious Life Expo, there's tons of people, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to like, you know, go and have more one-on-one time with the speakers, which is what's so great about this event. So some great speakers that will be there are Laura Eisenhower. She's Dwight D. Eisenhower's great-great-granddaughter. She's huge in the UFO scene. Just look up any of her talks. They're incredible. Also, Brad Olson will be getting back from his research trip in Antarctica, and he'll be doing a talk on that, which that's really cool. If you haven't heard about what's been going on with Antarctica lately, they're coming out with all this amazing stuff, so I'm excited to hear about that. So originally I was asked to speak because I went on a research trip to Egypt, and you know, I did it to get some UFO forbidden archaeology research in, because I've always been obsessed with ancient civilizations, and it was a great trip. And so I was asked to do my talk originally on that, and I was going to make it on the topic of restoring the pyramids and getting them back on the original global energy grid, because I mean, obviously that's what the ancient civilizations use, and it's basically like Tesla technology, which is really incredible. So I wanted to talk on that originally, and all this solutions that could provide for humanity. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, wow, there's so many other great solutions for humanity that I should also talk about. So I decided to instead make my presentation on solutions for humanity, subtitled "The Future is Brighter Than We Think." And so different subjects I'll be talking about in this presentation are education system. I think one thing that's always bothered me about it is I don't think it's really catered towards people with different individual skills. Like me personally, I was always terrible at math growing up. I'd be bottom of my class at math and top of my class in English, reading and writing and art. And, you know, I think they should make schools more catered towards kids' needs and skills. So that's one thing I want to talk about. Another thing is health. You know, all these, I mean, I think it's kind of messed up personally that the whole hospital system that we have now doesn't include energy work and energy healing and holistic health. They actually try to steer away as far away from that as possible, which is pretty messed up. So that's another side of things. And then also I want to talk about homeless integration program, which is pretty self-explanatory. And also I am friends with Peter Joseph, director of Zeitgeist, and I wanted to talk a little on the Venus Project and a way of maybe if you don't agree with the Venus Project, just a different way of going about creating communities to where they're more community oriented. And I mean, I don't want to go too much into detail because that's what my talk is going to be on, so just come see it. Also, I'll be talking about eradicating the globalist cabal, which obviously that is the biggest solution for humanity. And finally, on the subject of disclosure, which obviously this event isn't just on the subject of energy healing, but also on the subject of ufology and forbidden archaeology, which is really cool. So obviously disclosure is really important for humanity. It's something that has been huge in the mainstream media lately. I've been in the UFO scene for about 5 years now, and I've really seen it just grow so much. And you know, now we have all these great documentaries out on YouTube, or not YouTube, but you know, just on Netflix and everything, like Unacknowledged, and what's the new one that came out, Above Majestic. Tons of them are just coming out, and obviously this is something that's coming up in the collective unconsciousness, and I think disclosure is an important part of moving forward in humanity, because you know, we wouldn't have to do, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, we shouldn't have disclosure because people are going to start freaking out, and you know, if they think that there's aliens, then they're going to start jumping off buildings and killing themselves. And I just think that's a really horrible way to think, because we wouldn't have ever had this problem in the first place if we were always told the truth. So I think it's important that, you know, I mean, the longer we wait, the worse it's going to get. So also, along with that, I am now a reporter for Exo News, which is a news organization started by Michael Salla on the subject of exopolitics, which is the field of studies of UFO research in the government. So yeah, I'll be interviewing all the speakers at all these events now. I have a bunch of events coming up that I'm doing this year, and normally I have my shaman spears booth at all of these events. I'm selling my shaman spears or emceeing or speaking, but now I'll also have my reporter gear with me, and I will be doing interviews at my booth. So if you're a speaker watching this, I'd love to interview you. I will have you know, my whole reporter set up at my booth, and I'll also be roaming around the conventions doing reports. Oh, and along with disclosure, the biggest topic I want to talk about with my presentation on the solutions for humanity is the suppressed technologies. I think obviously you probably watched Gaia, you've heard about the secret space program, and if not, that's great because everyone there will be talking about it, and you should come and hear more about it. But so yeah, basically our government's been holding back a lot of these technologies that if they were released to us, we would be years and years beyond where we're at now, and humanity would evolve very quickly. And so I just think there's so many, everyone's always just talking about all these problems these days with, like, you know, the division in America politically, and, you know, all these issues of everything going on around the world, and no one ever talks about the solutions. Like, you know, how are we supposed to have a vision for the future to manifest collectively if, as humanity, if we don't think about what that vision is and we aren't clear with it? I mean, obviously, if you've seen The Secret or you know about the law of attraction, it's very important with manifesting something to have a clear vision. And I feel like the collective unconsciousness, we don't really have that vision yet. And I wanted to do I mean, obviously people have talked about solutions before, but I thought it would be really great to do a presentation that kind of lays out all these solutions that we have, and so that we can really start thinking about and visualize what we want, or like really just start thinking about what it is we want, so that we have this vision of what we want as a future for humanity set. That way we can all collectively manifest it, which I think would be great. And I think that's really the biggest solution for humanity. So yeah, also I just got this great ring light, and I've been meaning to start a YouTube show for a while now, so this will be my first video on the show. So I'm really excited to start doing more of these because I'm a speaker in the scene. I think it's important. People have been asking me forever to start one of these, so I finally got around to it. I'm such a perfectionist, I just should have started it forever ago. So I'm excited to start it now, and I hope to see you all at the 5D events in April. See you soon.